So you got your concealed carry permit. Now what? I'm Dave Miles with the National Shooting Sports Foundation, and with me is Charlie McNeese, Range Master at Gunsite. And Charlie's an expert in concealed carry, and he's going to give us some tips about different systems that you can use to carry your firearm so it's readily available to you, but not obvious or apparent to anyone else. Charlie, let's talk about concealed carry.
Dave, right now I'm carrying a full size 1911 on me right now, but I've got a long light jacket on, or I could have a long tailed shirt on, and this will cover up my 1911 that I'm carrying here. People need to realize that when they do pick out something to carry concealed, it needs to have a couple of considerations. Number one, how easy is it for you to get out of the holster? Mm-hmm. Where are you going to place the holster? Also, is this holster going to be something that's going to cover the trigger guard and possibly cover the hammer? So we don't want any negligent discharges going off either on our ankles or in our waistbands and causing us some excessive problems. In the way I'm set up right now, I'm simply going to take my shooting hand, sweep my jacket to the rear as I retain a shooting grip on my pistol. If I had a shirt on that was a t-shirt or over, I can pull with my support hand up and get it out of the way in order to retain my shooting grip on my pistol. You need to be able to work whatever position you're using that pistol in so that you become skilled when the pressure comes on you to draw out your pistol, that you can do it smoothly and comfortably. You don't want to have to hesitate and foul things up. Absolutely.
Now, Charlie, I know you've got a gun on your hip, and that's one way to carry, but there's a lot of other considerations. There's small semi-automatics, small revolvers. Why don't you show some other things that people may use to carry their firearm besides one that's strapped to your belt and on your hip?
We can remove the larger firearm from where we are. And by simply placing this one here, which is a small 380, into its holster, and snapping it in, and it has a trigger guard, and it also has a hammer protector. By slipping this into its position, rides this pistol very high, very concealable, under a coat. It is also protected from it coming out. It will not fall out. And if I need it, I simply do the same thing. I raise up the jacket or the shirt to get my shooting grip. I would pop off the holster safety and then simply draw the pistol out of the holster at this time. You have to practice everything that you get. You can't buy it because someone else has it, but because you can use it and you have the ability to use it correctly.
Sure. Well, you don't want to get into that situation where you're trying to draw your pistol when you really need it and fumble with that thumb guard that keeps your pistol from coming out of the holster, because it's not much good to you then.
We have here a small pocket holster, and this can be put in different places. I can put this in my front pocket. It allows me to keep it in my front pocket with nothing else in that pocket but that. If I need to, I can reach in and the pistol comes out of the pocket. Very accessible, but only usually when you're in a standing position.
Ah, yes.
Seated position makes it more difficult to get it out of there. I can put it in my rear pocket. Easily accessible if I'm standing. Very hard if I'm seated. I can then apply this right here in my waistband. It's covered, it's concealed, and it's extremely accessible whether I'm standing or sitting, whether I'm in a vehicle or out of a vehicle. Extremely accessible at this time. I can take the same pistol and apply that to what we have as an ankle holster. Now, the ankle holster is something that is a little harder to get to, especially when you're seated in a car. Now, holstering these when you don't have them on your ankle is extremely
It looks
difficult.
like
It's
it.
not the easiest thing to do. They're very soft. Now, when this is in the holster, it also provides a trigger guard. This is on your holster on the inside. As I come down, I simply pull out the weapon from the holster and it's accessible. But then again, if I'm seated, it's difficult to get to. If you have a table in front of you, or if you have in your vehicle where you have a steering wheel in front of you, makes it very difficult. You have to raise your pant legs to get to them. And it makes it difficult to get to your concealed weapons if it's down in that area. You need to be able to access your pistol at any time,
Sure.
whether it's standing or sitting.
Now, one thing that I saw that was consistent with all of these and every recommendation so far is that the trigger guard is completely covered by the holster.
Right.
Whether even the one that you put in your pocket, you're not putting just a gun in your pocket. You've got it in a holster that covers the trigger guard. And that's a safety consideration, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And then we have over here, we have a Fanny Pack. And this Fanny Pack also takes a full-size 1911 inside, and it is concealed. This conceals a full-size 1911. It looks nothing more than a paper pocket. We've got checkbooks, whatever else in here. What makes this really neat is that when I pull down hard on this when it's on my waistband, it exposes this pistol so that I can reach in, and now I'm going to pull out my pistol while it's on my belt. But again, we have to make sure that it's accessible to us, whether we're sitting or standing or what we are doing at that time.
Sure.
So everything you do, you have to think about the accessibility of your weapon.
You got to know what your situation is and have a plan to make it work.
Where are you going to carry it? How are you going to carry it? And how safe is it to carry?
Sure. Well, that's great, Charlie. Thank you so much for covering some of these different systems. Now that you know how to carry your firearms, make sure that you're proficient with them as well by going to the range. If you're looking for a range, visit our website. It's called wheretoshoot.org. And when you're on the range, remember, firearm safety depends on you.